All right, I know I haven't made a video in a while, and I probably won't make regular videos anymore because I pretty much got everything I need done on the car. But what I'm doing right now is I'm teaching myself how to repair these ECUs. Actually, this is the auto conversion. I actually damaged it, what I did, and I think I fried the MCU, which is this right here, that chip. And what happened was there was a piece of desoldering braid, and a little tiny piece broke off, and it got caught in between the pins here, and it ended up frying it when I turned it on. So I think I checked everything on it. Everything's good except for the MCU right here. This piece right here, this MCU, I desoldered it. Let me show you. Yeah, so that's been desoldered with you gotta have hot air workstation. This right here came off of a 91 Civic. So when I got this ECU, I get them real cheap. Some of them, not all ECUs, but Civics, I get them for like 25 bucks. I have tons of spare parts that I cut out. So like just tons of spare parts. But this one right here is the one I'm gonna replace in that auto ECU over there. And I wanted to make this video because there's a serious problem. So this tool right here is, I got it at Walmart, and it's an Equate, some kind of pimple popping tool. And all I did was modify it. I just ground the end right there, and it already comes like this. You know, it's already angled, so you just have to flatten it. And why you need this tool is because I tried everything. I ruined one of these chips as an experiment just to see how I can remove them without damaging them. And this is the hardest chip I've ever worked on because I think it's like 144 pin. It's very difficult. The reason why is most people show videos using a hot air station, you know, they heat it up and the chip just comes off. That's not how these OKI chips are. I think there's the L660592. Well, this is a L660591, and this is only off the 2001 Civic. So if you need a spare MCU for your RSX or PRB or PND or even the CRV, you would use a 2002 to 2005 Civic, and you can swap the MCU out, and I've just checked the number. And the first thing you do in order to remove it is you have to use some 91% alcohol right there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the conformal coating off using this toothbrush right here. So you're going to do it real nice and light, no heavy pressing. And you're going to use some paper towels to blot it to get all that, you know, urethane or silicone, whatever material it is. It's probably a urethane or epoxy. I'm not sure which one. So yeah, that's what you do there. So you clean all that up. Then, see, I even had to figure out the right temperature. So this is a whole learning curve. I had to learn this all by myself, and that's why I have a lot of extra parts, because in order to learn, sometimes you have to destroy or break things. It's just part of the process, unless you're a professional. I learned how to do this, so now I can do it. So what I did was I filed this to a point, and then I filed it with sandpaper like this to make it a little bit thinner. And what you have to do on this chip is there's a little corner right here, and you have to get in between there. If you don't file this enough, you'll bend the pins. And what you have to do is you have to use your hot air station and go around the outside of the chip. I've tried so many different ways. Desoldering it doesn't work. The last chip I tried was, I set it to 600 Celsius, and that's like extreme amount of heat. 600 Celsius would not remove this chip. That's why I was really confused why I was trying different heat settings. None of them were working. I was like, all right, this ECU or this MCU is toast, so I'm gonna set it to not the highest setting, but to 600. If I don't get it off, it's cooked. So yeah, what you have to do is you have to pry this right here while you're using the hot air station, and then pry it right here too at the same time. All right, sorry about that. So I'll give you the settings on that. So this chip right here, you're gonna use 375 Celsius to remove this chip. and you're just gonna blow around the edges, but you're gonna pry up. You can't do this at one time. You're gonna have to pry up on the edge while you're heating it around, and when you see it start to lift here, you'll see it lift here. Switch to the other side, turn it around like this, and then you're gonna pry here like this, and you keep doing that all four corners until it comes off. This chip will not come off unless you pry it, and you're gonna have to put a little bit of force into it. So this is what I got right here, and this was basically like 40 bucks on eBay, and these are the settings actually. Yeah, so 375. All right, it's set, and then right here it'll do the fan. So I have the fan set to 6, which seems to be perfect. So you can probably use 5 or 6. 6 works pretty good. Anything higher than that starts blowing away the flux. But this thing's actually pretty awesome. And then you just press power, it powers itself down. And then it has a little stand right here to set it on, because this thing gets extremely hot. So, yeah. But yeah, that's all there is to it. If I had 2 hands, I would show you how to do it. But yeah, you're gonna pry it. This is a very delicate operation until you get it off. Oh yeah, the other thing I was gonna mention too, let me see if I can get it into view here. Okay, so there's a dot here, a big one, a big dot here, and a little dot when we turn it around, so it'll be easier to focus on. So yeah, there's a little dot, big dot, and then you turn around and you look at the chip backwards. The little dot is gonna match that circle right there. So you're gonna have a circle, and the little dot is gonna line up that way. So if I go, and then you're gonna have 2 big dots. So it's gonna go like this. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, you're gonna have to match it like that. And that's how it's gonna go. But yeah, this took me a really long time to figure out. Like, this was no BS. This was actually a pain in the butt. And yeah, I had to sacrifice 1 chip to do it, but these chips right here are very expensive. If you were to order these, they're between, one place quoted me like 700 bucks for 50 chips, so they're somewhere around $15 a piece. I'm gonna get 10 of them just as a backup, so I can repair these ECUs if I need to. And you can find a lot of Kpros, like V4s, cheap with a fried ECU. As long as the Kpro board is good, you can use the damaged ECU. I can fix it. But yeah, I'm still learning here, and so far things are going pretty good. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I'll catch you later.